fans!
I'm Pat Mayo, and this is a fantasy football news update for Thursday, September 19th. If you want the full list of positional rankings for the week for fantasy football and the cheat sheet for the injury report, hit the description. It's down there right now in the Mayo Media newsletter. Thursday night football, Patriots at Jets. Patriots are 6.5-point underdogs at MetLife in Jersey this week, and there's really not much injury-wise at the skill positions that we need to go through. There's also not a lot of great players skill-wise at the skill positions to play in your fantasy teams. 40% of the Patriots' offensive line is out, however, and 40% are game-time decisions. I'd expect them to play, but not great in trying to protect Jacoby Brissett in this contest. I would say that Garrett Wilson I have a little bit lower in the rankings than I normally would in a matchup like this with the volume that he's expected to get. I do have him at wide receiver number 8 for the week. However, Christian Gonzalez has done an excellent job on wide receiver 1 so far. It might not look that way from the stat line with DK Metcalf a week ago, but only 3 catches for 35 yards against Christian Gonzalez for DK Metcalf. It's the moment that Gonzalez wasn't on Metcalf that he absolutely went bonkers in that game. And when Gonzalez was on Metcalf, JSN did all the work on the other side of the field. So if he does end up locking down Garrett Wilson for the majority of snaps, Mike Williams, whose snap percentage went from 15% to 65% a week ago and should see more than that this time around, could be the one to be a giant benefactor in this game. For Underdog, if you use code Mayo right now at Underdog, you get a free pick for Thursday night. And then you get another free pick for Sunday with CeeDee Lamb. But Aaron Rodgers over under a yard, I think you can figure that one out. Even I can figure that one out. Go over on the Aaron Rodgers. I don't get it because I'm not a new customer and a new sign up to Underdog, but you can be with code Mayo. Here are the plays for tonight. Ramondre over rushing yards. Greg the leg. Zerloin over 1.5 field goals. And my main man, the one I go back to every single week, KJ Osborne under receiving yards. That's set at 19.5 right now. He's been close to that so far this season. He is on the field a lot. He blocks a lot. They don't really throw to him a lot. So that's what's happening with Thursday Night Football. ShipItNation.com is going to have a full breakdown midday on Mayo Media Network. So get us to that 50,000 subs, but tune into that. It's a completely free show, and you can use code Mayo at ShipItNation for their free promo that they have going on right now. The Seahawks against the Dolphins. The Seahawks have 15 players listed as questionable at the moment. DK Metcalf and Kenneth Walker did not practice on Wednesday. I would expect Metcalf to play with this hand injury. It sounds like rest. And with Walker, we still need to wait and see. I still do not expect him to play. I do not have him in the rankings. Zach Charbonnet, a top 15 option at running back this week. For the Texans, no Nico Collins, no Dameon Pierce, no Joe Mixon. Well, Joe Mixon on a limited basis, I suppose. He was there, him and Dalton Schultz. So it's looking better for Mixon by the day, but unless he gets a full practice in by Friday, would not expect him to go. Ditto with Dameon Pierce in that order if Mixon sits. I like Dameon Pierce more than Cam Akers. I'd have Pierce listed as a round running back number 23, 24. If there is no Pierce, Akers would slip into that spot, just below Zamir White as a very, very low-end running back to high-end flex. For the Chargers, Justin Herbert did not practice, neither did Josh Palmer. Everyone expects Justin Herbert to play in this game with his ankle injury against the Steelers, although he might not be 100%. Josh Palmer, kind of the same trajectory as we saw a week ago. No practice, limited practice, full practice, ends up playing, but is completely ineffectual. So Josh Palmer not looking very good right now until he gets himself off this injury report. Dolphins, Jeff Wilson Jr., Malik Washington, and Raheem Mostert all practiced in a limited capacity. I have Devin Achane at running back number 3 for the week, assuming all these guys were going to be out. If they come back in, you're going to have to bump them down a little bit, but until they get a full practice in, I'm still going to assume that they're out for the purposes of the rankings right now. If they're back in, guess what? I update the rankings. They're down in the description. Hit them up, all right? Cowboys, CD did not practice. That's a new one with an ankle injury, and it was a Jake Ferguson limited practice. It looks like Jake Ferguson should return to play this week, and I don't have any issues with CD unless he doesn't practice on Friday. If he doesn't practice on Friday, we got real problems for him, but as of right now, it just looks like a rest day. Rest of the injuries, Jaden Reed did not practice. There's been a trend for him. He's going to end up playing. Jacobs limited practice because of a workload issue, but Jordan Love was seen practicing. I still don't think he's going to play in week 3, but it's not completely out of the realm of possibility at this point. Justin Jefferson, Aaron Jones, limited practice. Jordan Addison did not practice. He cannot practice, at least in a limited capacity. At some point, he ain't playing. Jalen Naylor would end up becoming the pickup. And for the Broncos, Josh Reynolds, Vale, and Dulcich are all at limited practice. I'd expect Reynolds for sure to go along with Dulcich. We'll see what happens with Vale right now. I suppose it doesn't really make that big of a difference to your fantasy roster at this point, does it? Tajay Spears did not practice. He says he expects to play, but without practice, he's not playing. Pollard is way up in the running back rankings in a good matchup against the Packers' ground defense. Algier did not practice, and neither did Tank Bigsby. They're all questionable, but probably going to play. The rest of the quick news, Justin Fields is starting for the Broncos. Roma Dunze got in a limited practice, but Keenan Allen has not gone as of yet, so I have him in the rankings at the moment. I may have to remove him for the Saturday update. No Debo, no A.J. Brown, no T. Higgins. Amon-Ra is good to go, and at tight end, no Njoku. Evan Ingram is week to week, so he is just probably not going to be playing. I mentioned Ferguson going to be back. Taysom Hill is the other one to keep an eye on. He did not practice on Wednesday. He's got a chest injury. We'll see if he can get going on Thursday or Friday. That's it for the quick update. The rankings and injury update is down in the description if you need to check back at any point throughout the day. And code Mayo right now at Underdog will get you that deposit bonus of up to $1,000, along with an Aaron Rodgers free pick on Thursday. Put it to good use, okay? I'm Pat Mayo. I'll see you tomorrow.
Mayo Experience! Experience!